The clock just started. 5 red cows are grazing in a secret location in Israel right now. Sacred vessels are polished and waiting. Tunnels have been carved in silence for years, and Netanyahu just made a visit they never wanted you to see. Every piece is falling into place. The third temple isn't just a dream anymore. The countdown has already begun. Before we continue, subscribe for more discoveries where faith meets archaeology, and don't forget to turn on notifications for our next revelation from the Holy Land. This 37-acre platform is the most dangerous piece of land on Earth, sacred to billions, fought over for centuries. The Temple Mount in Jerusalem. Above ground, millions visit every year. They see the Golden Dome. They take pictures, they pray. But the real story isn't happening up there. It's happening below. For decades, a secret network of tunnels has been carved into the bedrock. Officials say it's just archaeology, just tourism, nothing to worry about. But then why are world leaders making quiet visits in the dead of night? Why are Islamic authorities issuing desperate warnings? And why has Israel kept the full extent of these tunnels hidden from the public? What they found down there changes everything. And one man just went to see it for himself. The footage is clear. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, deep underground, walking through ancient stone passages. This wasn't a public event. No big crowds, no flashing cameras, just a small group moving quietly through the darkness. They call these the Western Wall Tunnels. A harmless name, but look closer. These passages run directly alongside the Temple Mount, inches away from the Al-Aqsa compound, the most contested religious site in the world. So what was he doing down there? Notice the serious faces, the hushed voices, the lack of any large press team. This was not a photo opportunity. This was an inspection. He wasn't admiring ancient stones. He was checking progress. Progress on what exactly? The answer lies in who was walking beside him, because Netanyahu wasn't alone that night. He brought friends, powerful friends from across the ocean, and their presence reveals the true purpose of this secret visit. Walking beside Netanyahu were 2 powerful Americans, former U.S. Ambassador David Friedman and Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. These men didn't fly thousands of miles to look at old rocks. They came with a purpose. Both have deep ties to evangelical Christian groups in America, groups that believe something very specific about the end times. Before Christ returns, a third temple must be built in Jerusalem. This isn't optional. It's required prophecy. For decades, this belief stayed on the fringes. Most dismissed it as fantasy. But what happens when the people who believe it hold real power? What happens when they have access to military might and billions of dollars? This tunnel visit wasn't just political. It was a pilgrimage, a quiet handshake between nations, a confirmation that the plan is moving forward. But they needed more than tunnels. They needed tools. In Jerusalem, there is a building most tourists walk right past. Inside, something remarkable has been happening for decades. The Temple Institute. They have one mission: prepare everything needed for the third temple, and they are almost finished. Over 100 sacred vessels have been recreated, each one made exactly as described in ancient texts. A golden menorah worth millions, silver trumpets, a golden crown for the high priest, robes woven with precise threads in precise colors. These are not museum pieces. They are not for display. They are functional, ready for use, waiting. The priests have been trained. The garments have been fitted. The instruments have been tested. For years, people laughed. They called it a hobby, a fantasy project. Nobody is laughing now. Because there was only one thing missing, one final piece they could never find. A living creature so rare, many believed it was a myth, until it arrived. The ancient book of Numbers describes a strange requirement. To purify the temple, you need ashes, but not just any ashes. The ashes of a perfect red heifer, a cow completely red, no white hairs, no black spots, never used for work, without a single blemish. For 2,000 years, no such animal existed in Israel. Rabbis searched, farmers tried breeding programs, all failed. Many gave up. They said it was impossible. Then, in late 2022, a cargo plane landed in Israel. On board were 5 red heifers, perfect, unblemished, flown from a ranch in Texas. Christian ranchers had bred them specifically for this moment. The impossible had happened. The missing piece had arrived. These cows are not ordinary livestock. To believers, they are a divine signal, the living key to unlocking prophecy. They now graze in a secret location, guarded, protected, waiting. But waiting for what exactly? Here is where it gets strange. The red heifer ceremony needs a special place, a ritually pure altar. Tradition says it should happen on the Mount of Olives, but that creates problems, big problems. The whole world would see. Protests would erupt. Wars could start. So what if they found another way? What if the tunnels aren't just for access? What if they are building something down there? Jewish law has strict purity rules. A temple cannot be built over graves. The Temple Mount's history makes this complicated. But a chamber carved fresh from bedrock? That could be considered pure. Some believe the digging has a hidden purpose, not just to reach the Temple Mount, but to create a new holy space beneath it, a secret altar, hidden from cameras, shielded from protests. The perfect solution. And the digging continues. For 50 years, a fragile agreement has kept the peace. Muslims pray on the Temple Mount. Jews can visit, but not pray. This deal is the only thing preventing all-out religious war, and it is crumbling. Every month, religious activists push harder. They march onto the Mount. They pray openly. They dare authorities to stop them. Each visit is a test. Each prayer is a crack in the wall. Politicians who once stayed silent now join them. They wave flags, they make speeches, they call for change. This is not random, this is coordinated. Below ground, the physical work continues in secret. Above ground, the political will is being built in public. 2 fronts, 1 goal. They are preparing the world for what comes next, and time is running out. Let's connect the dots. The tunnels have been dug for years. They are largely complete. The sacred vessels are forged, polished, ready for service. The priests have trained. Their garments are fitted. The red heifers arrived in 2022. Jewish law says they must be at least 2 years old for the ceremony. That time is now. Netanyahu personally inspected the underground route. American allies with prophetic beliefs walked beside him. The status quo is being torn apart piece by piece. Do you see it? Every element, every piece coming together at the same moment. This isn't coincidence. This is a plan, decades in the making, spanning continents. The preparation phase is over. The next phase is action, and it could happen any day. But what will be the final trigger?